A massive welcome to this special IoD99Bites. A bit of a sort of Harry Potter-esque theme in the basement here, as if we're in the sort of potions lab in Hogwarts. However, we are joined by two awesome 99ers who've done an amazing amount for the community. They've been 99ers for a bit of time, and they've been incredibly proactive in supporting the community with different initiatives and events, and can give the inside track on how they've done that, the do's and the don'ts, and the advantages they've personally got from that as well. However, before we do that, I think it's important to hear from them about what they do and the awesome businesses they run. So, Anwen, over to you. What do you do and what does your business get up to?
Hi, thanks, Alex. So I am Director of Get Fruitful Marketing, and we work with a range of businesses in Kent and London, helping them develop marketing strategies and implement marketing campaigns to make their marketing more fruitful.
Fantastic. And I see where you got the brand name there as well from it. Looks very well. And Dan, what do you do and what does your business get up to?
Thanks, Alex. So I'm Dan, and I'm the Director and Co-founder of Corp Consulting. We help businesses get in front of the companies that they want to work with a combination of delivering a value proposition and then reaching out and building relationships with those companies.
Awesome. Now, as I mentioned, not only do they run great businesses, they have been hugely proactive within our community. And within any community, the power of it is around the individuals within it who are proactive and engaged. As any of you have been to a social would have heard me bang on about, you get out of the community what you put in. And it's fair to say that Anwen and Dan have put a huge amount into the IoD99. So you have ran 3 events. You've got another IoD99 social coming up later this month down in Kent.
That's right.
And I mean, we've seen massive growth of the IoD99 in Kent, in no small part down to the proactivity of you two. So what have you done down there? What's sort of been the magic ingredients to make it happen?
Well, it was really quite unknown, wasn't it, actually, the 99 in Kent. So we'd experienced some great socials up here at Pall Mall, and we kind of wanted to bring some of that energy back down into Kent. And so we took it upon ourselves to start delivering some events, and some interesting events, because some of the events that we had attended weren't the most exciting in terms of ID. So again, that was the beauty about the 99 socials, that was that energy that we'd experienced here. And so we wanted to bring some of that back into Kent, right?
Yeah, we did it a bit differently down in Kent from what you guys have been doing in London. We did come up to a couple of events here at Pall Mall, and we were, amazed to see a massive turnout, loads of people in the room, which is great. But in Kent, we started off with about 40 members. So we were just mindful of the fact that not all of them would come every time. So we thought we need to do something a little bit different, because we can't rely on just having 99ers in the room.
Yeah.
There won't be enough bodies. But also, just from talking to people, we were getting feedback that 99ers were partly joining to be able to connect with people from more established businesses.
That's right.
So we didn't want it just to be exclusively for 99ers. So we wanted to make a very clear message that it was open to everyone, and to get a good mixture of people in the room.
Fantastic. And I think, when I came down to the one you did in a US-style diner, I think it was last year now, and you had an amazing fan. Was it Hayekar? I think the founder of that was there, and it was, that sort of area of bringing established businesses, people together, and 99ers together, and that sort of cross-pollination of skill set, as well as, a really high-profile entrepreneur there who's been through massive growth, who's going through massive growth, and shared some fantastic insights as well.
That's right. I think one of the things that was really key for us was actually to deliver a really interesting event. So we kind of strayed away from that this is a networking event per se. So we've been really strong about the themes that we've delivered at each of these events, that we know that will interest both startup companies and also those more established companies. And it was really about bringing those together to have that kind of more experience in the room, but also to get that kind of energy and enthusiasm that you've got from the. So it was a really kind of a shared dynamic. But also we wanted to give the opportunity for them to get to know each other a bit deeper. So we came up with the round table discussions, which has been really key for the people to actually get to know the people in the room. So rather than standing around in a kind of a unnatural, forced networking nature, you've got an opportunity to talk about the subjects that have been talked about by our speakers, and break them down, and you actually get to know the people at the event, and you can kind of demonstrate some of your knowledge on the subjects that you're talking about. So we found
I think it also works well for people who maybe aren't confident at speaking in front of a large group of people in a room. It gives everyone the opportunity to have their voice heard, but in a maybe less daunting way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also avoids those more confident people who maybe sometimes dominate conversations. It kind of allows everyone to be
Well,
heard.
it gets everyone's voice to be heard,
Yeah.
like I said, and also their skill sets to come to the fore as well.
And I think having speakers and a theme for the event has really
Yeah.
helped as well, because it's just given a bit more focus to the conversations. And I think for those people who may be a bit more nervous about just turning up and not knowing kind of what to say,
Yeah.
it gives them something to talk about.
Yeah.
And I think it makes people kind of put the date in their diary. They think, oh, that's interesting, I want to learn more about that, or I want to talk more about that. And they make more of an effort to come, rather than just saying, we're having a networking event,
Yeah.
come for a drink.
And
There's
hopefully,
something more than that. There is
Yeah,
actual
there needs to
value add
be,
from being-
exactly.
and the feedback we've been getting is that people have found the subject really interesting to talk
Yeah.
about, and they've definitely taken stuff away from each event. So, the current, the themes that we've talked about were remote working, and growing a remote team, flexible working, and that was really interesting to kind of draw out the different kind of the different ages as well. You could see some real themes coming out of the roundtable discussions around the different interpretations of remote working from generations. So it's really
And
interesting.
people giving
to share
examples
that.
of how it's worked well for them
Yeah.
or not,
Yeah.
and the challenges and how they've overcome those.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it's all about sharing the good and the bad, which was really nice as well, so that people could say, actually, this didn't work for me, but there were definitely people that were sharing stuff which has worked and that people hadn't thought about. So one of the themes was, how do you keep a remote team enthusiastic and engaged? And so there's some great sharing around making sure that you kind of a Monday morning meeting, even if with a remote team, that you still have that coming together as if you're, working in the same building.
And it's about having that, you need it in any community, that sort of honest engagement. And it's just providing another means to have that honest conversation, that honest feedback, and those honest insights. That is actually where we all as founders can really take value add away and start instilling it in our own businesses and enterprise, be them big or small.
Absolutely right.
And so, it's great that you do this, and I'm hugely thankful. I know the IoD is massively thankful. If it wasn't for you guys, the group in Kent would still be relatively small. But you run your own businesses as well. There has got to be, you do this in a voluntary capacity, you put a lot of time and effort, you find some amazing venues, you put a lot of emphasis on providing content and real takeaways from the events. But what, apart from this sort of the obvious amazing want to love the 99 and want to share it, there's got to be a business case as well for doing it. There's got to be a reason that you want to be part of the local community. And have you seen that benefit from that aspect as well? Has it got you in front of new people? Have you found the networking and the...
We were just talking about it, weren't we, before we came in?
Every time we do an event, even if people can't actually attend, they always say, oh, we've seen your event coming up, it looks really interesting, or I'd love to come, but I can't make it this time. So definitely there's raised awareness. Yeah. And people are familiar with us more from us being out there promoting the events.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just the people who come in the room, we always have really interesting people turn up. Some of them we might know already, but lots of new faces every time as well. So yeah, we're definitely building our networks.
I think it's key that the events that we're putting on are good events as well. Yeah. So it's brand positive. It's brand positive. We could probably do more to talk about our businesses more at the events, but I think we used the word altruistic. Yeah. And there is a kind of a part of that where we really wanted to bring this 99 community out into Kent and know that there is this support network for founder businesses, startup businesses at a much lower entry point. Yep. And people are still surprised at every event, when we're talking about what the 99 is all about. People don't realise the access that they can have. So there's a big part of that for sure. There's a prestige that has come from running those events. That's definitely that people are associating with us now.
Because there's got to be a case on all sides. It can't just be you're doing something for the 99. As much as we love it, I really want to ensure there's benefit for all 99ers who want to do a social outlet. Now, with that in mind, to wrap up, so there's 3 or 4 top tips. If there are 99ers out there that are watching this and go, you know what, I really want to run a social in Inverness or Aberystwyth or Newquay or Preston, how do I do it? What would be, you've been there, you've done it, you've done 3 events, you've got the 4th event coming up on
21st of November.
21st of November, awesome. What would be your 3 or 4 top tips to any 99er out there that might not have an events background but is keen to sort of do something to engage with the 99ers, sort of increase awareness within their local community?
Interesting. I don't know so much about what's going on further afield, but I'm the IoD99 champion for the South region. So I've been in touch with a 99 representative in each of the branches of the home counties. just to sort of check in with them about what's going on in terms of activity in their local area. So if somebody's in one of those branches, I know that there is already a representative that they can contact, and just sort of they can volunteer themselves to support that person.
Excellent.
And I'm sure that their help would be very welcome. If they are in other areas of the country, I would say the first point of contact should be the chair of their local branch, or somebody on the committee, and just put themselves forward as the 99 rep for that area. And I'm sure they will be very much welcomed.
Yeah, also the key is definitely creating an interesting event that people want to attend. Don't just do it as a networking, it's that value add that we talked about. So creating an event that people are going to take interest in. I think another point for me is to really use your networks as well. And I don't, we were talking earlier about it's really key to engage with your networks around this event. Don't just create an event, put it up on Eventbrite, put it up on the IoD website and hope that people are going to turn up. You need to tell people about it. So, Anwin and I started doing video blogs from the events, saying what's coming up, which is engaging. I think a venue as well has helped.
Having an interesting venue with good refreshments.
Yep.
We took the cue from you guys here at Pall Mall having beer and pizza. That hasn't always been something we provided, but we try and have a relaxed, sort of informal feel, and something for people to have after work that's going to keep them going through the evening. And actually, one of the successes I think that we've had is at the end of our events, people always stay on and either go on somewhere else or just hang around and are not in a rush to leave.
The turnout's been great as well. And I cannot thank you enough. It's like you guys have done a huge amount for the 99 in your region. It's been absolutely fantastic. And you've been driven for it as well. You send me emails saying, look, we really want to do this, get this done, can we do it? And I enjoy that. It's great, and I think you guys have done a huge amount. My key takeaway from the event I attended, I spoke to Anwin and Dan then, and they both turned around and said, create an event which you genuinely want to attend yourself. And from attending that event, it was, the speaker they had was amazing, the insights they had were fantastic, and the roundtables were absolutely brilliant. So a huge thanks to Anwin and Dan. If you are thinking about doing a social in your area for the 99, please do. As I said, a community is only as strong as the community itself and the proactivity of the community. We want to support you, we want to enable you to do that, and we want to enable you to run fantastic events like Anwin and Dan run in Kent. So huge thanks again, and if you're running a social, good luck. I'm sure you'll smash it.
Good luck.
Thank you.